Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy night to join me. I really appreciate it. It's Thursday evening, and I myself just enjoyed some what I called midnight tacos, but it's not really midnight yet, so that would be misleading. They were more like 11 p.m. tacos, and that was good. It was good. I was really happy. Obviously, I'm very happy. I got a little bit of energy. It's all right. Things are good. And I say this because tomorrow I have a job interview, but that's not what we're talking about tonight, right? I do want to give a few minutes and I do want to talk about how we can be proactive in our attempt to offer a kind of resolution that stipulates the right kind of conversation to be had moving forward. So, in case you live under a rock, you feel me? You would know that like there has been a ceasefire between what the Western media is labeling Hamas and Israel. So now we all know that Hamas, just to be clear, is not a recognized branch or extension of any government or is in itself in and of itself any kind of government. And like seriously, it's really important to like Western media doesn't, so it's Palestine. So that's who directly benefits from the ceasefire that's been negotiated through the narrative in the Western media of Hamas and Israel. So the beneficiaries of that ceasefire include the release of all of the Palestinians. Again, they're not Hamasians. This isn't a thing. They're Palestinians, and these people that nobody wants to seem to recognize their sovereignty. I mean, in and of itself. So the problem with the ceasefire is that people are returning in Palestine to homes that don't exist. Like they're going from tent camps and literal like in, shanty towns to rubble. So they're going back to a home that is no longer there. And I don't think that we're doing enough to talk about the rebuilding or perhaps reparation. And then it's interesting that I came around the word reparation and all these things, right? Because obviously there are Jewish people that live in Israel. Israel, in and of itself as a government, has been the primary target of my and the only problem that I have, right? Obviously, as a Western person that just talks about nothing, has been Benjamin Netanyahu directly. You feel me? Yeah, I got a problem with the dude, and I got a problem with the Israeli government. I've been very clear with this, just because. I mean, I'm pretty clear when I have problems with our government, and I have many problems with them. Moreover, I'm an American, I know what team I'm on, and like, I'm okay with that because America seems to do overall more good than it does bad. Now, that says a lot. By extension, I know what I'm saying and I know what I'm talking about as it concerns like how I passionately feel about being an American citizen. You feel me? Like I get it, there's a kind of nationalism, there's a kind of pride that should come from somebody and the connection that they have with their government and so forth, but like Israel is whack. You feel me? Just as whack as the United States can be sometimes in the decisions that it makes as it concerns peacekeeping and or the lack of peacekeeping and the propagation of war, right? Or like the perpetuation of the like ideological like war kind of mentality. I mean, henceforth, like obviously a ceasefire is a good thing. All right, moving people that didn't deserve to be in tent camps in the first place and removed from their homes and placed back to where they should belong, like that's righting a wrong. It's not really doing something that's admirable by any standard of any comparison. These people should not be fighting. There should not be fighting between Palestine and Israel. However, there is fighting between Palestine and Israel, and we're not going to get into the deep dive politics on either of these states as it concerns their recognition is that states. Palestine should be a state. You feel me? Like I'm not again gonna get into it. I'm just saying the ceasefire overall has been good. and the brokerage of a terrorist group halfway around the world. And the Israeli government, I guess, has led to, again, the release of many hundreds of thousands of Palestinians who have been in tent camps for a very long time, and they've really have had been a lot of deprived of a lot of basic human rights. A lot of war crimes were committed. I mean, if we're all being honest, that was kind of, it's really good that the ceasefire has commenced. And obviously, peace over war. However, war shouldn't even be on the table of topic for discussion, seeing as though the Middle East, as we all know, is terribly unstable. And you'd think that they'd work on getting along a little bit more. I mean, forget religion, forget the idea of religion injected into hyper nationalism and fascism and making these crazy sort of things that don't connect with one another, try to connect, and then make people feel a certain type of way about not feeling the type of way they want you to feel about it. And all while there's actual people trying to live their lives by the hundreds of millions in these places that are directly impacted by the lack of action as a civilized world, and the idea that, like, we shouldn't invade other people and try to challenge their sovereignty as it concerns through force, via religious doctrine, any sort of secular doctrine, manifest destiny, any of these things, right? It doesn't make any sense. And ceasefires only happen when dumb men make dumb decisions, like going to war in the first place. And I'm just saying that, like, okay, cool. Now we should really focus on trying to rebuild what can be rebuilt in that area, and really focus on stability. Like stability. That's kind of what the whole world wants to see in that area. And unfortunately, governments like the Israeli government and other governments like our own are unable and or unwilling in some cases, maybe in most cases, to be, more of a problem solver than a problem maker. And again, like, concessions must be made. Not everybody can win. Who wants to win all the time, by the way? Like, that's gotta be a weird thing. I mean, if I judged my life on the amount of wins over losses, boy, I would have called it a day 20 years ago. I've had so many more failures in my life than I have had successes, and I'm so happy for that. The few successes that I've had, I maintain, are very good moments in my life, And again, I think it's a good time, and it is a good moment that the Israeli government has brokered a peace deal via ceasefire with Hamas, which we're all now going to be. Anyways, the U.S. invaded Iraq. I mean, remember weapons of mass destruction? There was none. I mean, I'm just saying, like, again, I recognize the irony of which can be had from an American having these conversations about socio-political topics that arise from intellectual conversations, all of which that are had here from the comfort of my room in this apartment in Albuquerque, New Mexico, just a few miles southwest of the I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Come on now, I use this joke all the time. What I'm trying to think moreover is why I've been vlogging from my bed, but then, like, the most obvious thing about that is I've been vlogging from my bed because I have no desk. And so, I mean, I'm kind of sitting in a situation in life where I'm loving it, The only furniture that I have in my room is my bed, and I'm vibing with it, you feel me? There's enough space on my floor to do push-ups and sit-ups, and then, like, there's enough room to lay down, and I'm cool with it, but I do miss my desk. And for the record, I posted a video earlier that I meant to have be posted before midnight last night. I woke up in the morning and YouTube decided to stop uploading it at like 52% or something. And anyways, I guess it did finish uploading at some point because I did see it on the channel. Hey, thanks to everybody who's watching. I don't really check the numbers anymore, other than like a vague sort of overlook of when I open up my page. And I tell you, like, there are people that watch this channel. There are many people, and sometimes I'm like, wow, you know, a lot of these people have to be people that know me in real life. I mean, at this point, right? Because and I'm thinking to myself, like, what a spectacle I'm making of myself. I hope I'm not saying anything too offensive. Hey, thanks for watching my show. I really appreciate it. I'm very in the moment kind of person. You feel me? I do improvisational speaking at least once a day. This is my show. It's a show called Vlogs About Nothing, where, like, I do my best to try and lighten up the mood while we talk about some serious things and mostly just about me. This show is all about me and my life and my experiences, and I'm just happy to provide a safe space where you guys can come vicariously live through some random middle-aged Hispanic dude's perspective in the high desert currently. Seriously, right now, chronically unemployed, have no money, have nothing to lose because everything that's ever mattered to me has already been taken from me. So, you know, I say that, and oh boy, with such a sense of dark humor. See, this is where I do it to myself, right? I love making fun of myself and I love roasting myself, but at some point, I like make myself cry. You feel me? Like, that can't be good. Like, come on now, Albert, work on your self-esteem. It's not the self-esteem I have an issue with. It's with the lack of progress, I guess, that I thinking that I have now in my life. Although I'm a very happy person, I just have experienced, you know, a lot of loss, just like you at Have Home have, you know. This is a very relatable channel. I try to make it as such. I said save space because the comments are off. Now this is just a sidebar. So this happens typically when I get into the videos because I like talking, if you didn't notice. And so that's that, and an opportunity that you know, a cell phone. Oh, I got a working cell phone. So that's good. That's really good. Things are happening for me. You feel me? And I guess I couldn't be happier about that. I guess it's better than nothing happening and me continuing to. Anyways, I hope that you guys are doing good. Have a really good night. Thanks for watching my show. I can't believe how many people watch this show, for the record. If you guys are making it this far into my videos, just completely understand from the bottom of my heart that I love your faces in the most least awkward, uncringe, unweird way. I really do, because this is something that I do. Like, I watch random people do this. I watch till the end of their videos. You know, so the fact that, like, I'm like, you know, playing like role play at this point, you feel me? And I'm like, hey, like, if you guys are watching this, I think it's really awesome, and I do really appreciate you guys, and I can't wait so I have stuff to share. You know, I really can't wait, you feel me? So thanks a lot. Have a really good night. Bye.